What is up, guys? JT Tapias with the Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Program. If you haven't seen my videos before, I enjoy speaking about things that edify the mind, the body, and the spirit. And today we're going to talk about one of those subjects that a lot of my counterparts would never, ever go there, right? It's sort of polarizing, but hear me out. Whether you are a person of faith or not, I believe that you will still get a lot of value because these principles stand alone, right? These principles are principles that, they're bulletproof. It doesn't matter who you are, whether your convictions are there or not, whether you are a atheist or agnostic, these principles are so solid that they stand true for anyone, right? And so hear me out. The title of our Facebook Live today is How to Honor God Through Your Career. How to honor God through your career. There's a guy by the name Tom Nelson. Tom Nelson is an author, and he wrote a book titled Work Matters. And in that book, he basically goes in to say that most Christians, like myself, go to church on Sundays, and the rest of the week, they live their lives disconnected from their faith and their convictions. And he goes on to explain that, they do that simply by their attitudes. They're just disconnected from the thing that they say they believe in, and they're just go into their work and they kind of go through the motions, but they're not truly connected to the mission of loving your neighbor, which is what we're called to do, loving God with all your strength, your mind, your spirit, and then of course loving your neighbor. And a lot of Christians are separating Sunday worship from the rest of their work. And he brings up a great point and a constructive criticism for believers, and saying that, hey, it shouldn't be that way, right? If you're shining shoes, you should be the absolute best, right? It doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. Every single form of work is a form of ministry, and it should be done with excellence, right? It should be done with your best intentions, your best attitude. You should be motivated and fired up to go to work because you get an opportunity to walk out your faith, right? Which a lot of times we just kind of sit in church and we listen to the pastor, and then we think that the pastor is the only one in ministry and he's the only one that has to live those things out. But truly, he goes on to say that Sundays is like halftime, right? And the coach goes up there and then he delivers a message, and then the rest of the week is that other half, right? And we got to live it out that way. And if we do, we have some incredible blessings from that. Not only because we live fulfilled lives and fulfilling careers, but because we're going to be better at what we do if we connect if those convictions are genuine, they're true in your heart, and you truly have a desire to honor God and love your neighbor, then guess what? That's going to be represented in everything you do. And as a byproduct of that, everything else is going to go well for you, and you're going to be fulfilled. You're not going to be burned out inside of a job that you probably dislike, where you feel like maybe you're not connected, there's no fulfillment. But if you're interacting with other human beings, my friend, there's a great opportunity to honor God and to find fulfillment in what you do, regardless of how tedious or how hard your job is, or how difficult your boss could be. And so I want to expose you to this concept of the difference between a transaction and a relationship, okay? A transaction is basically what you have with your supermarket, right? You go to your supermarket, you go there consistently because they have the things that you like, that you enjoy. They have the products that you're looking for, right? That's a transaction. But then maybe one day you go there and they no longer have your products. They no longer carry the brands you like. And guess what? You go look for another supermarket that can provide those products for you. That's a transaction, right? And that's okay. That's, they provide a service and we go, we buy, and that's what we do. It's a transaction. But a relationship is very different. If you happen to know the guy that opened up the little store, right, and he sells produce, and you connect with that person, and you love that person, you love what they stand for. The guy is a family man or a family lady, and you want to support their business. And you're just connected in a relationship, a personal relationship. You know that person by name. Guess what? One day you're going to walk in that store and they're not going to have your produce that you usually pick up, right? But because you have a relationship, you're going to come back because you've established that relationship, that friendship with that person. There's a conviction, and there is a almost like a covenant relationship with that person that you want to support them and you want to see them do well. And that's why you continue to come back, right? That is a relationship. And so what this book talks about is that instead of walking into the marketplace in a transactional way, that we should be relational with everyone that we encounter. Why? Because we want to honor God through our careers. We want to be the best at what we do. And in order to be inspired and fulfilled, we need to connect to a greater purpose, because if we connect to the day-to-day, it's easy to get burned out. I've been there many, many times, loving what I do and not understanding why. Man, I'm so tired. I've only been here for 2 hours and I feel drained. That was simply because I was disconnected from the true purpose. I was just going there in a very transactional way. I got to put in my time, I got to do my thing, and then I got to get out, right? And then when I connected my convictions, my spiritual convictions to the thing I was doing, boom, all of a sudden there was fulfillment, there was happiness. And not only did I do better, but man, I felt rested, right? And I know a lot of you guys are going through situations like that right now. So 3 points I want to touch on here in order how to honor God through your career. Number one, connecting your spiritual convictions to your work, right? Those true purpose, that why, the thing that you have in your heart that you want to share with other people, regardless of what you're doing. Connect those two things and you're going to be fueled, you're going to be motivated, you're going to find purpose in what you do on a daily basis. I love the saying that goes, the best sermon is a life well lived, right? The best business is the business that not only shakes hands and has a transaction, but actually creates a relationship that goes way beyond the product or the thing that you're selling. And that is what we should be striving for, right? Number 3, once again, if you're going to shine shoes, you want to be the absolute best, because we always want to shine a light. We always want to honor God through what we do and love our neighbor. And if we do that, my friend, not only will we be fulfilled, we'll never get burned out, but we're going to be the best at what we do. And a byproduct of that is, what most people strive for initially without looking for the other thing, which is that financial stability. We want to be able to provide for ourselves, for our families. And, if you're doing things right, then all that stuff is going to take care of itself. And I truly, truly believe that is the absolute best marketing plan. Wanted to talk to you guys about this because end of the year is coming up here pretty soon. And I want you to look at 2022 very different this year. I don't want you to be burned out. These are some of the conversations that we have with our nutrition clients, believe it or not, without imposing or without, encroaching in other people's belief systems, because we work with people from all walks of life. But just, we talked to a lot of people that say, I'm just tired. I just can't do this, or I can't do that, or I haven't been able to stick to the diet. Usually it's because they're burnt out at work. They have a lot going on. Work takes up a lot of their mental energy. And then, of course, they have nothing left in the tank for self-discipline and self-control. And so, of course, we got to go to that thing that's tapping into their energy and show them how to reframe it so that they can connect to their purpose, be fueled, and then self-control, discipline, and all these other components come into play. Guys, I hope you got something out of this. If you did, can you do me a huge favor? Can you hit a like? Can you hit a share? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And if you're ready for that type of coaching where you want to take it to the next level, then click the link above. Let's have a private conversation. No strings attached. If we're not the right fit, if it's not the right time, it won't be awkward. I promise. You'll still walk away with 3 tangible things that you can do right away to refuel, repurpose your life in an incredible way and have an amazing 2022. I hope you enjoyed it. JT Tapias. Talk to you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.